Cornfield.
The cornfield, you're right. Two men walk into a bar. The other one opens the door. It's a classic one. Let's see. How do you stop an astronaut's baby from crying? Anybody?
How?
You rock it.
That is awesome. I love that joke. Sounds like my kind of joke. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Awesome. Well, it's Friday, right? Anybody got anything to say about Friday?
Pretty sure it's going to be the best Friday we've had all week.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? You can't hear me at all? How about now? Is it better, worse, the same?
I mean, I can hear you just fine.
Can you? Make sure that you have your volume on your computer turned up and that it's not muted. I guess if you can't hear me, then you don't know. All right. So I might get some dog barking in my house today because it's me and the dogs and they're outside wondering what I'm doing in here. All right. So how do I sound to most of us, I guess? Is the volume okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, good. There we go. Got a little weird spot there, but that's okay. I'll sit right here. All right, so today is our last day of class, and a couple of things that we want to do today, and I moved them to Friday, of course, just so you couldn't find it. So today there's an assignment that just has you, basically, if you have a favorite project that or something that we did this week, and it can be anything. You can talk about it, maybe link to it. And also there's another survey just to kind of, I guess they want to see if you had a good time or if you had a bad time, but just go in and fill that out and just tell them what kind of a time you had and if you learned anything or if you had fun. And don't forget that, and it's still up here, so there is still this perfect attendance challenge. And so if you want to put your name in the drawing for that, there's a little form here that you can fill out, and there's a bunch of prizes that they're going to draw. So there's earbuds and a water bottle, a speaker, tie-dye shirt kit or a tie-dye kit, a drone, and a programmable watch, which some of those sound really cool to me. So make sure you put your name in there, fill out this form, and just so that you can have a chance to get drawn.
When will you get the results?
I'm not sure. I think that they're going to notify you somehow. Let's see what's on the form here. So they have an email address, and then so you put your email address and your name, and then if they draw your name, they will email you, I suspect. So other than that, other than what's here, I really don't know how long it's going to take. But either way, I would fill it out, and then you never know, you might win one of the prizes. So that'll be really cool. All right. And let's see what else for today. So that's a lot of stuff here. So on Friday, so today I want to just give you guys the chance to show off some of your projects, and so we'll kind of I'll ask you to share your screen, or maybe I will see if I can find the shared project, whichever works better. And before we do that, there is one thing that I wanted to show on Scratch, and I'm going to do it really quick. And it's just one more kind of block that you can make your own block. It's a little bit advanced, and you don't always have to do it, but it can make things kind of handy when you do it. And I know there's a few people in here that have done a lot of Scratch, so I think that it might be something that some of you are interested in. All right, so I'm just going to go over here to Scratch. I'm going to create a new project, and I'll just call it custom block. All right, so if you look down here under my blocks, it says make a block, and then you get all this stuff here, and you can add a label, you can add a little place to add numbers, text, or a variable. You can add a Boolean, which is like your sensor, a true false, and then you can just add some kind of a label, right? So before I do that, I'm going to go in and, like, let's say that I have something that I'm doing over and over again, and I'm tired of rebuilding it a bunch of times. I'm going to choose a very simple example. So what if I wanted to add two numbers together, right? Like 4 and 3. Okay, so that comes out to be 7. All right, so that's cool. So say I have a variable here. Let's just use my variable. That'll be fine. All right. So now if I set that to my variable, right? So there's a way we can do some math. So this is pretty simple, and I probably wouldn't mind using this over and over again. But if I wanted to make a block that did something like this, I could add an input, and I could add another input, and I might say, actually, let's do this in a different order. All right, so let's give it a block name, and I'll just say add numbers. All right. Okay, and I'm just gonna say, let's get the 2 numbers in here. That'll be fine. And for now, I think that's all I'm gonna do. Okay, so now I have, what it gives me is this definition, add the 2 numbers, okay? And so I might want to, let's see if I can edit this. Maybe I can give this a better description. All right, so now I've got a couple of, a little bit better labels maybe. All right, so this allows me to use these inputs as like a variable, and notice I was able to just drag them right out there. And so that's kind of cool. And so now the definition, let me get rid of this for a sec. So to define what this block does, this is where I build the code, and I only have to build it one time. And so now I can say, I'll just put my first and second number just right there. And then now I have this block, a custom block that I can use. Okay. And so now my variable up here, you can see it set to 7. So if I say 3 and 3, and I try it, it now sets it to 6. And so imagine that I had this big block of code, and I didn't want to redo it every time. Well, now I just have this one block, and I can bring that in as many times as I want. I can say 2 or 6, right? Right, so there's a reusable block that I made all by myself. Now I could make another one that maybe it just has, I don't know, some kind of a animation. So I could just say, animate maybe. And maybe this one doesn't have any inputs. I'll just define it as animate. Okay, so let's get these ones out of the way. So now animate, maybe I'll just, you know, let's see, let me do something a little bit more interesting. So I'll go that, and then maybe I'll move, or let's see, I'll go to a random position 10 times. Let's do glide. All right. And so now if I had, so I could have a better animation than that. But now when I hit animate, now all I have to do is deal with this one little block. And then I can use that over and over without having to build the whole block of code, which makes it kind of nice. So you do have to build the code one time under the define. And then after that, you can just reuse that block. And then you can go in and edit it and then say, oh, well, maybe I want to like I could say number of times. Something like that. All right, so I'll fix it like that. Now, instead of 10 times, I'll go number of times and I'll just say 2. All right, so now that one moves, animates twice. This one might animate 5 times. And then this one will be blank, so I don't know what it will do. Doesn't do anything, probably just counts as a 0. Right, so now I can build this block and I can make this as complicated as I want. Right, now I can do this, and then once the animation's done, then I've added to it. So this block can be as long as you want. And so imagine you had this piece of code that you had all over the place. You're doing exactly the same thing. Well, now this little block, this custom block can be all over the place. And if you need to make a change, you only have one place where you have to go and make the change under the definition. And then you can, well, let's see, I guess you can't duplicate that, but you could create a new block that if you wanted to do something slightly different. So there's how you can create your own custom blocks. And that one I just wanted to kind of, I'll just save that and I'll go ahead and share it. And I'll add it to our student gallery. There we go. All right, now, does anybody want to share their own personal project?
Can I share my project?
Yes, so here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna try to share the screen, okay? So I'm going to stop my share, and then on your Zoom, do you have your Zoom on your computer where your project is?
Yes.
Yes. So if I stop sharing, then you should be able to share your screen. And so look for that button. And then once you have your share screen, we should see it, and I'll tell you what I see.
I can't share my screen.
It doesn't let you? Okay, let me see what else. Let me see what else I can do.
I think you have to make her a co-host in order to have anyone else share.
All right. Well, what's the name you put on the Zoom so I can make you a co-host? It's this one, Renata, is that you?
No, my name is Trisha.
Oh, Trisha, okay. Sorry, I was just looking for who was unmuted. Let's see. Okay, so I think you can share your screen now, Trisha. See if you have a button to do that.
It's still not letting me share.
No, oh boy. Well, maybe you can, if you share your project, then maybe I can bring it up. And
Did I share it? Let me see. Let me check.
I think you've disabled screen sharing, so I don't that's not letting you share. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's see. I'm looking under more and it's not letting me. I might have to. It might
Or
be.
never mind, because I just hit share screen and it's popping up
Oh.
an option
Yes,
of
you made me
what I could
host,
share.
and then there's like this security thing, and now I can let you share screen.
Is it
I
letting you?
can share my screen now.
Try it. Let's see what happens. Let's just go for it.
Can you guys see it now?
I still see your video. Let me see if there's any other thing I can do here. Oh, I don't see any buttons other than. So Tricia, do you see it's saying it's letting you screen share? Make sure that when you pick the screen that you want to share, there's another little button after you choose the screen that says share that you have to hit. Oh, something's happening. Oh, here we go. Make sure you unmute so that we can hear you.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yep, I see Scratchy and he's underwater and I can hear you.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
So, what's your name?
So you enter your name.
Mm-hmm. Together. Hi. Okay.
So what happens if you enter someone else's name?
It'll do the same thing.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, I sure love looking at your guys' projects. Very cool. And I see your game over. Nice.
Yay.
Cool. Is there anything else you want to share, or should we see if someone else wants to share now?
Let's try someone else.
All right. So anybody else want to share?
I do.
All right. So see if you can find your button. Who is this talking?
Matt.
Matt. Okay. See if you can find that screen share button and see if it'll work. Here we go. All right. I think it's coming up here soon. All right. Tell us what you're going to share. And make sure you unmute. Let's see here. I think you might be muted if you're talking.
He's muted.
Let's see.
So I made this
There you
game. I made this game yesterday and today,
All right.
and I just posted it a while ago. So, Okay, here we go.
Hmm.
Press Z.
So you shoot them forever, but I'm just gonna show you what happens if they crash down. It's kind of
Okay.
crazy. And then now the city's only at 4 health.
Also, the city has a health.
Yeah, the city has health, and you have to try to protect the city.
Oh, nice. Oh, I love the alien ships, by the way.
That's interesting.
So I'm just gonna show you what happens if you.
All right.
Okay, there you go. And then all
Whoa.
the city's gone. I did
Oh
all
man,
the.
look.
Yeah. And now
Nice.
you can't fire anymore because once it activates the game over, you can't fire anymore. And all of the I did all of the art, and now all the cities are destroyed. Also, I made this cool variable, and I posted a video on the classroom of how to make the world record and how it saves it. And
Oh, that's
so-
cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, so now you can save like your high score. Awesome. I'm going to go watch that video. Very cool. That was really cool. I like that a lot. Anybody else want to share?
Can I?
Yeah, let's see if you look for that share screen button, pick the screen you want to share, and then make sure you hit the share button again.
Me? No.
Joe, is that you talking,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
Just making sure. Wait, let me just pull it up so I can,
No, that's fine.
and then I'll show this. Alright, I think I got it.
All right, we're ready when you are.
Alright, share.
Okay, it's happening.
Yep. Alright, so this one was for me and my mom. I
Okay.
decided to share it.
Nice.
I had my mom's name in there, so. Alright, here. Go. Hello? What's your name? My name is Joe. I put in my username, so I type in
Okay.
my username. And go. Reminds me of my friend.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Yep. And then I'll show you what happens if I do it for my mom.
All right.
And my mom has her name spelled one way, but she likes to spell it another way.
Okay, well, that's tricky.
So here, we'll have to type in her name. Oh, wait, is it? Oh, wait, no. Sometimes it does that. I think I remember what to do now. It's been a while. You have to click on this and then do it.
Oh.
There. And these scrolls still there.
I don't know. I kind of like the squirrel.
Yeah. But he's not supposed to come up with that one. But
Awesome.
that's
What'd your
all I
mom
need
think of
to
that?
show.
Did your mom like it?
Yeah, she loved it.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else want to share anything?
Can I?
Yeah, I would.
All right. Who is this? I can't tell who's talking just by looking at the screens.
It's Mimi.
May? All right. Okay, we're ready when you are. Make sure you unmute to talk. All right. Looks like it's happening.
Okay.
Good.
No, wait.
I can switch this to.
Inside. That's what's funny. Oh, really? Yeah. It's
One.
Oh, here we go. It's my favorite genre, I think.
I made this game. It's called Aliens Attack Earth. So once you hit the space button, a laser comes out, and every time you hit the Earth, you get a point, and you can also move right and left.
Very cool. My favorite kind of games. I tried not to make everything about space, but I would if I could.
my glitching.
Cool. Anything else you want to share?
No.
All right. Anybody else want to share something?
Yes.
All right. So May, go ahead and there we go. And who was it that was talking?
Me, Renata.
Okay. All right. We're ready for you.
So I wanted to share this one. So when you press the green flag, it's a soccer game, and you have to kick the ball to your teammate for them to catch it. And when they do catch it, you get a point. And you can move left and right.
Awesome. Cool.
And
I like
yeah.
that one a lot. That's very cool.
And I also have this video that I made.
Abby's house tour.
And that's it.
Wow, that's cool. I really like that. So yeah, I
Thank
like
you.
that. A good animation and like a presentation. Very cool. Okay, anybody else?
would, but mine is far from finished.
Well, that's okay. You can show us what you have, and then maybe tell us what your ideas are, what you want to do.
Yeah, let me finish the end screen and then I'll share it.
Okay. All right. Well, while we're waiting, is there anybody else that wanted to share real quick while we're waiting for a second?
I do.
All right, you go ahead. Is this Lucy?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Can you see it?
Yep, I see it.
Okay,
Right.
so mine, when you hit the earth, like you get -1 point, but if you hit anything else, you get another like 1 point,
Uh-huh.
and they like move around, which makes it harder. Because like if you hit something, you get -1 point.
That's cool. What was your favorite part about making this, or did you have any problems that you were able to solve?
I really like decorating everything, like going to the costumes and changing how everything looks
Oh, yeah.
and stuff.
Very cool. So you liking Scratch?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, really cool. I really like seeing your guys' projects and seeing your ideas. All right, so we're waiting just a second. Does anyone else want to share real quick? I'm not sure if we've gotten everybody, but I think we've almost gotten everybody. All right. So does anyone, I guess, let's talk about Scratch. And so what do you like about it, and what kind of problems did you have, and how did you solve them? Does anyone want to talk about that stuff? What do you like about Scratch, or why do you like it?
I like it because it's pretty easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It's really, I mean, it's kind of, you can go in there and you really can just start figuring it out, you know, and that's one of the cool things about it. So the people who created Scratch were just really, they did a really good job, I think. And one thing that I think is really cool, and I like to write programs, and I like to write code in different kinds of coding languages and stuff. And one thing that I think is really amazing about Scratch is it is got almost everything that you can do in a normal, like writing code just with your keyboard. You can do all the same stuff with Scratch, almost everything. And I just think it's pretty amazing that they were able to create such a awesome tool that's also very easy to figure out, and it looks cool, and you can kind of tell how things work just by looking at it. It's very nice. Anybody else want to say anything about Scratch or about your time this week? Anything you liked or anything you didn't like even? Make sure you unmute before you start talking.
Scratch is pretty fun.
I agree. I actually have a lot of fun with Scratch, and I'll start playing somebody's game or start working on trying to solve a code problem, and I could spend a lot of time. Sometimes my family members have to remind me that I've been on the computer for too long because I've been messing with Scratch too long. And so that's happened a few times this week because I've been doing more Scratch this week than normal just because of our class. Did anyone have any hard problems that you got to figure out?
I'm currently trying to figure out how to make enough clones so that it functions properly, but
Yeah.
so that I don't overload my system. And speaking of which, I think I'm slightly ready.
Okay. Hey, let's see what you got. And
All
I've
right.
never felt like I was finished with a program in my life. So there's
Yeah,
always
that's
more
fair.
that could be done. So we're ready when you are. Okay, I see it coming. Here we go.
Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Okay.
Nice.
So I need to rename it because
Oh, that's
I
all right.
originally had the idea where you're on the idea where you're on the run from ships and you're trying to fire at everything, but then I realized that was way too complicated for my skill level. So you're just shooting asteroids.
Okay.
But I did include music that I got from the internet and is probably illegal, so I probably have to fix that. But
Well, let's just see what happens. The videos that I'm sharing are private, and so you can fix that in your program later.
yeah. So can you hear anything at the moment?
So I can't hear anything now. If you go to your more options on your, it says more on your Zoom window, and then I think there's for me there was an option to share computer sounds.
No, all I have is disable video receiving.
All right. Well, another thing you can do is turn up your speakers and hold your microphone a little closer. We'll just kind of see.
Here.
It might not be perfect, but we could see it. We'll hear it maybe.
Let's see here. Whoa.
What do you think?
Oh,
now I'm echoing, so I'll try not to talk too much.
Yeah, I was on earbuds before, so I have to unplug them.
All right.
But, so. And then how to play. I tried to find a decent scenario, but I don't think I did the best.
I think it's awesome.
And I promptly misspelled something that's embarrassing. I need to go back and fix that. But to play, I have that, and it's a pretty awesome game. All you do is do this.
Well, you can build that later.
Yeah, you just...
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks great.
I'm considering just like calling this the you fire bullets into the sky game.
Yeah.
Kind of boring at this point, but I'm hoping to get it finished at some point.
Well, a little bit at a time. It takes a long time to really put in a lot of details. So.
Yeah, I completely underestimated how much time it would take to actually program all of this, because with aesthetic and sound effects and getting sound, it's time consuming.
Yeah, but that's just the way it goes. And so sometimes if you really want something to happen or you really want to do it, then you just kind of put in that extra time. Very, very cool.
Thank you.
I love that. So I really like all of your guys' programs and all the stuff that you did, and I hope that you had a good time. Does anyone else have anything to share or anything else to talk about? We have a few more minutes, and so go ahead.
I had a really great time with this class in Scratch.
Good. I'm so glad. Are you going to keep working on it and keep messing around with Scratch?
Yeah, and by the way, that reminds me. Will I still have this stuff after the end of this week?
Well, let me show you a couple things that you can do. So because we're in this classroom account, now I'm not going to delete it or anything like that. So you'll still be able to log in. But what I recommend that you do is create with your email or your mom's email or your parents' email, create a personal account if you don't already have one. And then I'm going to share my screen here in a second. And then I'll show you how you can actually save the file down to your computer. And then you can upload it. And so I didn't try that today, but I've done it in the past. So I think it should go fine.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and I'm going to grab the screen real quick, maybe. And then we'll see if I can make this happen. All right, so you tell me, do you see me and my little face and looks like Scratchy over here? And can you hear me? That's important.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to go I'm just going to go inside of this project, the one that I made today. Now, if you're signed in and with your school or basically the class account that allows me to manage your stuff, then that is kind of a special account. But when you're ready, you can go up to the file menu, and we have like make a new, create a copy, but then there's this save to your computer, and I'm going to try to hit it, see what happens. And then I have the option. So my computer's probably a little bit different than some of yours, but I can say, let's save that file, and I could just save it somewhere on my computer. And it gives me this, it's the name that I gave it, and then the file name or the extension is this SB3. And then there's other ones for the older versions too that I'm pretty sure still would work. And so if I hit OK, it should just download to my computer. And I think my browser is going to say it's just giving me the progress. And then let's see what I can do. So it's probably just going into my downloads folder. Okay, and then now I've got it. And so now if I want to load it from my computer, then it brings up this little window and I can pick it. And so I've got, if I pick my downloads folder, that's where I happen to have saved it, then I can load. I just select that project file and load it. So if you have different accounts for some reason, and one of the reasons is because of the way they do the class accounts here, that's one way that you can save your work. So I recommend that if all you have is the account that you created this week using the link that I shared for our little class on Scratch, then you might want to create a personal account. And so if I sign out of here, so I'm just on the Scratch website, and I'll make it be regular screen for now. And so now I can just hit that join Scratch, and what it's going to want you to do is pick a unique username. And now it's trying to fill in my stuff for me. And it'll tell you if that username's already used. And then you would create a new password, and you're going to want to remember what that is. And then it's going to ask for your email. So usually you give like your parents' email, and I'm not sure if it asks like your age and that kind of stuff. But you're going to have to go into the email and then verify the account. And so there's a few more steps than we took for the just our little class accounts, and which is why the class accounts is a little bit easier for this. But yeah, I recommend that you, if you don't have one, create your own personal account that goes to like your parents' email or your email. And then you can sign in, and then you can still go in and share stuff and create extra studios where you can keep your things. You can follow people. So if you have somebody that you like their stuff, or your friends maybe, you can follow them. So let's see. So these are my things. So let's see if I go. Let's go to like the class. If I go over here, I can pick an account and say I can just click on your profile. And because of the way that the class is set up, we can follow each other, and that's all set up automatically. But I think I have an old account. Let's see. All right, so let's go see if I can find my. So yeah, there's some similar things, and so now I could come in and I can search for somebody's username. And then I can come over here and let's just go look at this dinosaur thing. So now I can remix. I thought I could click, oh, here we go. So if I click on the username, it allows me to follow another user. And then I can see all their projects and oh, here's a cool thing that shows all the, whoops, oh, it's gone. Somebody deleted it. So somebody had shared like a list of all the colors for the code or the number that you pick. Here's another friend. Of course, oh, that one got deleted too, I think. But anyway, so yeah, so if you don't want to lose your stuff, then you can create a second account. I'm not gonna delete the classroom unless for some reason it just expires after a while. So you'll still have access to it, but I recommend that you just go in to a project and then let's just go into this one. And then you can just go to that project. You can save it right to your computer, just like that. And then I can pick, I guess, where to put it. This one, it seems like it just goes straight to my downloads, but that might just be my computer. All right, any other questions?
Is Scratch free to make your own personal account?
Yes, it's totally free.
Okay, just making sure.
And that's one of the cool things about it. When I was a kid, you know, we didn't have a lot of money, so if things cost money, then we just didn't do it. And so that kind of was I mean, I didn't really notice when I was a kid, but it was kind of a bummer to not be able to do stuff. So now when as a grown up, whenever I do something or whenever I share something like this class, I always want it to be something that anybody can do and has access to. So if I can, it'll be something that's free. And the people at MIT that did Scratch, it's just the coolest thing. And when I found it, I thought, this is something that I definitely have to share. So I always tell everybody, so I'll tell all of you also, you share this with your friends and your family, and, you know, keep working on it. Try to write a program or a game or something that's just like, you know, something that is complicated, and just keep working on it. And then teach your brothers and sisters and your friends how to do it, because it's a lot of fun, and it's something that you can do and you can share with everybody, and it's cool. All right, so we've got about 10 more minutes, and I don't know if anyone else has anything that they want to say. So I thought you guys can just say whatever you want, and then also if you want, we can play around and just create a new project. And if there's any little piece of code that you want me to show, or to any last minute questions, feel free to ask them now. If you have anything you want me to do that's you think will be funny, let's do it. All right, what do I want to do? Well, since nobody said anything, it's definitely going to be space. So let's go do the moon one. Yeah. All right, now let's see what kind of things I got here. I'm not sure if I want to take the time to draw anything. Oh, there's a bug. All right, there's a cool guy. I think I like that. I think I like this guy. All right, let's see what kind of costumes he has. So he can zoom around and do stuff. All right, cool. So I'm gonna make him a little bit smaller. And let's see, what else do I want to do? I think I saw some retro robots here. Nice. And those things are ginormous. Let's make those a little smaller. And I'll make those about half, 50. Perfect. Okay, so now I want to look at those costumes. Are they all facing the same direction? Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have these guys coming in from a random direction, or from the left, but a random height. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm going to do that over and over. And we're going to change X by, no, not set. Change X by 10, sure. There we go. And then I'm going to do a sense. So if touching the edge, all right. Here, I've got an even better idea. So repeat until. All right, perfect. Okay, And let's just grab them. All right, that's going awfully fast. There we go. Let's test it. All right, that'll be good. We need some sound effects. Is there any sounds? Ooh, that's loud. Oh, I like that. Okay, so let's do that.
Weird.
Yeah, that is weird. So I'm gonna kind of do a little trick here. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna say, I want to do that when I start as a clone, but I'm gonna start all the way over here, like right where you almost can't even see it. And that is set X to minus 255, sure. And then I'm gonna go in my looks, I'm gonna show, and then when I'm all done, I know I'm gonna wanna hide. Okay, so let's just try that. All right, so that didn't seem like it did much. Oh, because I'm hiding it. Let's not hide it, just to test. Oh, I'm already touching this edge, so that's kind of not gonna work so good. So let's go. Am I touching the edge? How about now? Yeah. Let's just start right there. I could trick that by making them step out a little before I sense, but that's okay. For now, that's good. Oh, and I forgot that I need to go, let's just do 200. There we go. All right, and then I'm gonna, all right, and so when I get to the edge, let's go ahead and hide. Let's try it. All right, perfect. Now I'm gonna just go to a random costume. Let's go. Let's just do next costume, whatever it is. Perfect. All right, and then I'm gonna set Y to a random number. So let's go back to motion. I'm gonna go Y, where's Y? Set Y to 54. Let's go show my robot. And I want it to maybe be from here. I'm gonna bring my main character down. So from about here to about here. Okay, so that's Y128, and that's Y28. So let's pick a random number from minus 28 to positive 128. And then we'll do that. We'll do that. Let's test it. All right. So that's kind of cool. And then if I want more, let's go over to create a clone. And then I can test it just with the green flag. All right. That's kind of working. All right, yeah, I think I like that. And then I could do that maybe forever just to see what happens. Whoa, look at all that. So too many clones probably.
That's funny.
Yeah, that is kind of funny, huh? Look at that. So that's a lot of robots. So, but I might only want a couple. So let's just do, I might just create a variable. And I think we did this on, I'm going to make it for everybody because the clones, there's kind of a glitch where they can only see the variables that are for everybody, or you can only share it for everybody. So I'll say clone count, or robot count. All right. And first off, I got to set that to 0, and then I'll come in here with the if statement. So if and only if, I might want to pick a number of clones. So only if clone count is less than, I don't know, maybe 2, do I want to create a clone. There we go. And then I got to keep track of how many clones I have because if I just keep, I've got my clone count now. All right. So since I'm not keeping track of it, it's just still doing the same thing. So there's one more thing I have to do somewhere in here. I will do that. Let's see if that works. So I get 2. And they both kind of pop out right together. So let's go to, I don't know, let's go over to maybe put a weight in here. All right, that's kind of working. But now I need to subtract my clone count because now it kind of just stopped. So let's just do that. Change, after I hide, let's just change the clone count by -1. All right, let's see if that does anything for us. All right, well, that's super good, except the only thing that's weird is my costume's not changing. So I might just come over here and put that right there. Let's see if that changes anything. There we go. And then now my main one, I'll just hide that because my main character doesn't really need to show because all of these are copies, they're clones. And I don't really need to show my clone count. It seems like it's kind of working. All right, and then now my little character here, maybe I can throw some rocks at these robots or something, or a bottle of water, I don't know. All right, so let's go back to the retro robot. And another cool thing that I could do maybe is, this is where we start getting some glitches, but let's see if we can, let's see what happens. Yeah, that was a, all right, so play sound, sure. I like that sound. And, so this is the question. I think I could put this here and not have too much of a problem. Except for it seems like it should probably. That's kind of annoying, but it's a sound. All right, so what else? So I kind of like that. So now I could put in some collisions and some scoring or something like that. And we're about out of time, so I think that's about as much, that's about as much playing around as I can do, at least during our meeting. I can play around more after the meeting, I guess. All right, so I'm going to share that. And I'll fill in this stuff later, but I'll add it to that studio of our student gallery just so you can see what I've done. And I think that's gonna have to do it. So if there's any last minute comments that you guys want to talk about, go ahead and unmute and just say whatever you want to say. And we're gonna have to end it pretty soon. Don't forget to submit your favorite project and fill out that post-camp survey. I know that's not always the funnest thing to do, but make sure you do it, it's important. And don't forget to put your name in for the Perfect Attendance Challenge. Go fill out this form just so you can get your name in the drawing. I think that's going to be great. They might use those names for other drawings as well. So go ahead and just put your name and your email in there just in case. All right, so I think we've hit our time limit. So I hope you guys had a lot of fun this week. I know I did. And so keep doing Scratch and keep having fun. And if you have any questions, you can have your parents email me at the email that I posted on the class, just if you have anything that you want to try to figure out. And so under the information, you can have your parents email me, and then I will respond to them with answers best of my abilities. So, all right. So I think that's it, guys. I hope you had a good time. I hope you had fun.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Let's join.
I loved it.
Good. I'm so glad.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Good
Thank
day.
you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Yep. All right.